right, everybody. It's been a while since I did a music compass, and so I thought I would approach it from a different angle these days. You know, sort of taking a look at the rise of baddiecore. I feel like in the metal world these days, there's an element of sexual tension that's kind of new. It's a little bit weird. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think I don't like it, but let's take a look at it today. We'll do the horny music compass, and here's how we're going to do it. We're going to break it down along two dimensions here. First is the nature of the music itself. Is the music horny or unhorny? Then on the other dimension here are the fans horny and unhorny. And by the end of this video, we will reach a verdict on horniness in metal. And there's potential, I gotta warn you, there's potential that Obama, at the end of this video, that Obama is gonna ban horniness. So be prepared. And also, I wanted to mention something new that I'm doing, which is a YouTube coaching program. If you're an individual creator or you're a company, really anybody that wants to grow on YouTube, this is for you. Basically, this is a way to download everything that I have learned about YouTube over the past 7 years from my brain into yours. There's a pretty common set of challenges that pretty much everybody runs into on YouTube. I've run into pretty much all of them, and with this coaching program, I can help you get past those a lot faster than I did figuring it out on my own. For example, in my opinion, the single most important thing for any channel is figuring out the right niche for your content. Like, what should you focus on and how do you talk about it? For example, for me on this channel, once I found that, I went from getting, you know, a couple hundred views a video to tens of thousands of views per video, literally almost overnight. You can see it right here. And also the right approach to things like titles and thumbnails and how to structure your videos to keep people's attention, all that stuff that took me years to figure out on my own through trial and error. I just want to help you speed run all of that. I am super excited about this, and I'm going to be putting a lot of time and energy into it over the course of the year. And if you want to find out more about it, you can just hit the link in the description of this video. Let's start with one of my least favorite bands, Rammstein, which no matter how I say Rammstein, no matter how I say it, people complain. Isn't it funny? Like, the Germans always get so mad at me for not saying Rammstein properly. It's like, well, I'm not German. Of course I'm not going to say Rammstein the way a native German speaker would. It wouldn't. Imagine I did that to them. Imagine that I went in some German YouTuber's comments and got in his case for saying English words with a German accent. Wouldn't that be rude? Well, this is the reason why we call it European personality disorder. Anyway, I had no idea until recently how horny Rammstein was. I had no idea, because I've never listened to them because they are mid. So I never really paid attention to them, but they are extremely horny. I mean, for example, they have this song called Sex. I look at you and I get sick. Everywhere this buxom flesh, I look deep into your sex. Very profound stuff. They also, I'm not going to show it here because I don't want to get TOS'd, but they have a collection of dildos that are actually modeled after the wieners of the guys in the band. So if you ever wanted to get an actual model of the bassist of Rammstein's wiener, they sell it. You can get it. So clearly the band is extremely horny. Now, I don't get the sense that the fans are all that horny. Maybe I'm wrong, but you guys tell me. I don't feel like the fans are all that horny. Rammstein is basically German butt rock, so I don't get the sense that they're particularly horny. It's really just the band itself. So I'm going to put them here. Very, very, very horny music. I wouldn't say particularly horny fans. And I should say, I am aware of the allegations against the singer of Rammstein. I don't know what did or didn't happen, but I will say, the dude is definitely cringe at the very least. I don't know if he did anything wrong, but he's definitely very, very cringe. Rammstein fans seem like an extremely mixed bag between super horny and super nerdy unhorny. That might be true. I haven't seen a lot of the horniness, so I don't know. But that's where I'm putting them. Horny music, unhorny fans. That's where I'm putting it. How about the poster children for the new wave of baddiecore, Bad Omens? You can see here. Now that's what I call boobies. Respect. So this is just one of many examples. How many Bad Omens thirst traps are there on TikTok? Literally tens of thousands of thirst traps on TikTok to Bad Omens music, which is interesting because the band themselves, not horny at all. In fact, they seem to actually really dislike all the horniness. It's not his fault. Noah Sebastian, the singer, a very good-looking guy, a good-looking dude. Not his fault. Not his fault. I feel like, yeah, more like down bad omens. Yes. I feel like he has actually done everything he can to sort of distance himself from the fans' horniness. I actually feel bad for them because I'm quite sure that they feel like the horniness associated with their music is very cringe. I'm pretty sure that they hate all of it, but they can't really say anything because, you know, you can't be like, hey, girls, quit being so thirsty. It's weird and bad and it's cringe. Please stop. They can't really do that, so they just kind of got to tolerate it. I would say they're sort of the opposite of Rammstein in that the music is unhorny, but the fans are horny as hell. So they go over here in the bottom right here of unhorny music and horny fans. Of course, perhaps like the band that first comes to mind when I say horny music, Deftones, the Deft Ones. A lot of people know Deft Ones for being horny, but I think of them, here's what I think of when I think of Deftones is this. What? Wait, what? What did he say? What was that word? That's what I think of when I think of Deftones, is that time that he rapped the N-word back in 1995. That's what I think of. And listen, I mean, it should be pretty obvious. I gotta be honest with you. Deftones fans, probably the most cringe fandom around right now. It's like, they always have to talk about fucking. It's like, every time it comes up, like, oh, every time I hear him moaning in my ear, and just, I think it's weird. It's weird and gross. I don't like it at all. A very cringe level of horniness. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, dirty room music. Exactly. Reminds me of dirty room, like the kind of girls that would be into the, or guys for that matter, have filthy rooms, right? Just a filthy room. The type of girl that has like, not even McDonald's trash in the passenger seat of her car. She would have like Del Taco trash in the passenger seat of her car. I feel like there's a likelihood that she would still have those like cherry seat covers on her car. Just everything she owns reeks of weed. Weeks worth of dirty clothes piled on a chair. That's what I think. Cringe. I wish there was another dimension on this chart of cringe, because Deftones fans would be like off the charts level of cringe. Very horny. Very, 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 very cringe. Now, how about my kind of horny? Your boys in Hollywood Undead. In case you didn't realize the level of horniness we're dealing with Hollywood Undead, the chorus of the song is about his dick. I love this song. Full of these IE bro hoes. God bless them. Sleep Token could never. When it comes to masked bands, Hollywood Undead are the kings. Sleep Token could never. Have you ever seen a single San Bernardino stripper in a Sleep Token video? I didn't think so. Is there a single Sleep Token song where they rap about getting blowjobs from scene girls? I don't think so. Is there a single Sleep Token song with a chorus about flashing your dick to girls who don't want to see it? I don't think so. I rest my case. Hollywood Undead, the greatest mass band of all time. This album was a classic, one of the horniest albums of all time. Every song on this album pretty much is about getting wasted and fucking, basically. That's like the entire album is like, let's get wasted and fuck. It's basically the whole thing. Yeah, is there a single Ford Fiesta in a Sleep Token video? Absolutely not. Wait a minute. Is Deuce, hold on. Is Deuce benching with 65 pounds? My signing bonus was quick. We gotta look here. Here we go. Yeah, look at this. This is like one of those 25-pound bars. So my man Deuce over here benching 45 pounds. One of these 25-pound bars with two little 10-pound plates on it. I respect it. He didn't even know that that's not a lot of weight. That's why it's great. He's like, oh yeah, I'm benching 45 pounds. That's a lot, right? Yeah, cool. Respect. Let's get this party started. Let's keep them 40s poppin'. All I'm saying is this. The Hollywood Undead girl, to me, is like the peak of female performance. You know, the Hollywood Undead girl with the streaky skunk hair, with the beat up Oldsmobile Alero, with a prepaid Cricket wireless phone, McDonald's trash in the back seat, you know, maybe missing one hubcap on the back of the car, and she knows every word to every song on this album. There's a reason why I hold her up as the peak of female performance, because let's put it this way. She's going to make your life very, 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 very chaotic and unpleasant, but it's going to be worth it. That's what I think. If you ever meet this girl, I would jump in with both feet. You will regret nothing. You're going to have to pay the price, but it's going to be worth it. That's what I think. In my book, Hollywood Undead, the kings of horny music, my wish for you is that you find yourself a Hollywood Undead girl. Deftones girls are out. Hollywood Undead girls are in. That's what I think. Get yourself a Hollywood Undead girl. That's my advice. It's true. There's going to be jail time, spiraling addictions, and exotic STDs in your future, but it's all going to be worth it. Exactly right. Next up, we have their polar opposites. For some reason, I don't know why. Sleep Token, not horny at all in their music, as far as I'm aware. I mean, their lyrics are about whatever. It's all this like dorky lore about worshiping this goddess named Sleep and blah, 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 blah. I don't know where people get the horniness from, but all their fans like associate this music with fucking, and I don't get it. Here's a good example of it. This girl here. This is what I'm talking about. We hooked up. We did it to Sleep Token. What is this content? I don't get it. It's nerdy cult lyrics that can be interpreted as being about an unhealthy relationship. I've heard a few of their songs seem horny, but maybe it means something else. And Lord, look, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it, people. I don't get it. Back in my day, we had Hollywood Undead baddies, and that was enough for us. We didn't need Sleep Token thirst traps on TikTok. We had Hollywood Undead thirst traps on MySpace, and damn it, that was good enough for us. That's all we needed. We didn't need Sleep Token. Rain is about squirting. I hope that's true. Okay, obviously extremely horny fans. I'm going to say that the music is unhorny. That may not be true. It's possible that there's some lore. I don't know, but I don't know. I have a hard time thinking that those guys are writing all these songs about being, you know, down bad, and it doesn't seem like them, but I could be wrong. I don't know, but that's where I'm going to put it. Now, here's what I'm talking about, people. Reject modernity, embrace tradition, throw away your Bad Omens merch, throw away your Sleep Token vinyl, bring it back to the time when we were a proper country, crazy town, revolving door, people. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of horny music. Here's what I don't respect. Horny music about being down bad, and like how the girl doesn't like you back, and you know, you're so sad because you're so horny but nobody likes you, and wah, poor me. Back in my day, we just wrote songs about fucking. Let's get wasted and fuck. Song about inviting all these baddies over to your fucking mansion to bang. That's what I'm talking about. Sleep Token is over here crying about how whatever, their fucking mystical goddess doesn't like him back. The boys in Crazy Town invented all these baddies over the mansion to fuck. They're like, get in line, ladies. Form a line. You'll all get your turn. Don't worry. Look at these girls here just like, wow, is that him? Is that Shifty? I hope my turn is next. Shifty gets so much fucking ass that he has to sell fast passes. You know, like at Disneyland, you know, the line to get on the fucking Matterhorn is 3 hours or whatever. But if you buy a fast pass, you can skip the line. That's how much fucking ass Shifty Shellshock was getting. He had to sell fast passes to get on his dick. Look at this. He's got a fucking verse about how big his dick is. Ain't no need to brag about the way that I'm hung. Wake me up when Sleep Token has a fucking line about how big his dick is. This simpcore fucking baddie core shit is trash. Write a song about having a big dick. I could go on about this all day, but I think we know where this belongs. What is the level? Ooh, look at this fucking artwork. Hell yeah, look at this. This is what I call fucking graphic design right here. Look at that shit. He definitely measured tip to asshole. Listen, you do what you gotta do. If you gotta measure tip to asshole, so be it. Crazy Town walked so that Sleep Token could run. Horny as hell. You know their fans fucked. Their fans all have like 75 kids by 18 different mothers. Listen, steer clear of the Deftones girls. Here's what you don't want. These, you know, the Bad Omens and Sleep Token girls and guys are all up in their fucking feelings, crying and being sad. You don't want that. Go find yourself some Hollywood Undead Crazy Town people. They'll just find some coke and fuck all weekend, and then nobody's gonna fucking cry about it afterwards. Next up, your man Danzig. What life? Horniness. Look, he's so horny. He's gonna look in the mirror and jerk it. He's like, God damn it. Oh. How many times has Danzig used the word erotic to describe himself, right? Like, he looks in the mirror and he's like, I feel very erotic today. I feel like he has said that word before. I feel very erotic. If you look. And look at this bitch. This is what I love about him, is like, Danzig is like the comic book nerd from New Jersey, and this is like his dream girl here. Is the most looks like she's right out of some like beer commercial from like 1982, right? Yeah, he likes the Barbie girls. That's his dream girl right here. I love it. Just horniness off the charts. The guy, so I like, for example, you can see the channel that this is uploaded to. He has a comic book company called Verotic Entertainment that's all like sexy vampire comics. They're erotic comics about, like, you know, hot vampire girls or whatever. That's how horny this man is. I feel like people maybe missed that at the time, but it was definitely there. I feel like Danzig fans are not horny at all, actually. I feel like it's really just him. Like, I don't detect any of that. The fans are just kind of dorks, right? I don't feel any horniness. So I'm going to put them in the same bucket as Rammstein. Super, super, super horny music. Not a lot of horniness out of the fans, I think. Next, we have one of my favorite bands of all time, Blink-182. Now, you might not think of them as a horny band, but, you know, give it a little bit of thought, and I think you'll realize that they're extremely horny. I mean, how many songs did they have about blowjobs? They're so horny that they even have songs about effing a dog and effing a grandpa. I mean, these guys are down so bad that they're starting to think the dog looks pretty good. Yeah, edging, that's right. So I would say Blink is sort of an interesting category of, like, it's not so much horny, it's like down bad, but not sad. It's sort of like, you know, it's that sort of Super Bad or American Pie kind of, like, you know, horny down badness that's like kind of respectable. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, I'm horny, I'm down bad, but I'm going to have fun with it. They don't cry about it. Yeah, it's the way I was down bad when I was 13. Yeah, Adam Carolla has a story about the first time he ever jerked off. You know, he didn't have any porn back then because it was whatever, 1980. His parents had like an inflatable raft in the garage, and there was like some woman in a one-piece bathing suit on the side of the inflatable raft box, and he jerked off to that. I feel like that's the Blink-182 kind of vibe. And I like it. I respect it. So I'm going to put them, you know, not the horniest thing in the world as far as like the fans, but definitely on the upper right. Listen, you got to do what you got to do. Back in our day, you know, we didn't have this magical device in our hand with a limitless amount of porn on it. So we had to make do with what we had, you know, the JCPenney catalog. That's right. You had to wait for the cloud to take the shape of a boob. You got to do what you got to do. Okay. The Sears catalog. We were resourceful. Tell you who's cringe. A very horny band that's also very cringe. Steel Panther. There's almost no band that I find more fucking irritating than these guys. They put out this guitar pedal called the Pussy Melter, which they think is so funny. They think it's so funny. Mind you, these guys are like 50, okay? And they think it's hilarious to put out this guitar pedal called the Pussy Melter. They're referring to women in their 60s. Yeah, I can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, they sold them. For sure they sold them. They sold out of them. And it was $200. I feel like Steel Panther is like, they're trying to pretend like it's a joke, but it's not a joke. Haha, sex joke, I'm so funny. Yeah, I'm not into it. I can't do it. I think Steel Panther is cringe. I don't think their fans are all that horny, though. Probably because their fans are so old that their female fans are starting to sort of get towards menopause, and their male fans are so old that they all have low testosterone, so they have like no libido and no boners. So I feel like the horniness has like disappeared from their fan base because they're too old. So listen, if you're a Steel Panther fan, it might be time to talk to your doctor about Viagra or testosterone replacement therapy. Just something to consider. You'll feel better, trust me. Also, got to talk about Bloodhound Gang. So horny that they actually have a song about the 80s porn star Chasey Lane and how much they want to eat her ass.
Dear Chasey Lane, I wrote to explain I'm your biggest fan. I just wanted to ask, could I eat your ass right back as soon as you can?
My favorite part about this is because they're from like Philly, he says, can I eat your ass? He doesn't say, can I eat your ass? He says, can I eat your ass? Now, is it cringe? Yes, very cringe. But what I like about it is they're not trying to hide it. They don't have any of that like down bad simp kind of energy. You know, they're just here to tell you, listen, I want to eat Chasey Lane's ass. And you go, all right, fair enough. I mean, who doesn't? They don't have any of the beta energy. That's what I don't like about the Bad Omens and Sleep Token people, is this like beta fucking cuck kind of energy. You know what I mean? Yeah, the low T energy from the fans. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. This man just said, you know what? I want to eat Chasey Lane's ass and I'm going to write a song about it. And I say, slow clap. That's what I think. And what a great this logo is amazing. What an incredible logo. I would say that maybe they go up there in the upper left. I don't think their fans are too horny, but the music certainly is. And the last one that we have is, of course, Typo Negative. Typo Negative was like my generation's Sleep Token, I think, or my generation's Bad Omens. Definitely on the hornier side of the music. But the fans, it's like, I'm going to be rude here. I don't want to get canceled, but I'm going to say it anyway. When I think of Typo Negative fans, I think of a girl who shops at Spencer's Gifts, wears a lot of velvet, and has very large upper arms. That's what I think about, like chunky upper arms. You know what I mean? Imagine like a burgundy velvet top, you know, with some really chubby upper arms. Listen, I'm sorry. I know I'm going to get canceled for this. People are going to be mad, but that's what I think of as like the horny, like late 90s, like goth girl that shops at Spencer's Gifts with big upper arms. That's what I think of. Extremely horny though. Extremely, extremely horny. And Pete literally said he switched to making horny music to get women. Hey, respect. I mean, that's a pretty good reason to start making horny music. And then, of course, you know, him being in Playgirl rather, with his giant dong. There was that. We cannot have this list without Typo Negative. I feel like they are another one that goes over here on the upper right. Very horny music. Very horny fans. But again, the thing to take away from all of this, people, is you want to avoid anything that's on the sort of gothy end of things. You know what I mean? You don't want a Deftones girl. You don't want a Typo Negative girl or Sleep Token or Bad Omens guy or girl. You want your Crazy Town. You want your Hollywood Undead type of guy or girl. Someone's just going to like fuck in the bathroom at a party, and then you're going to find out that her boyfriend is deployed and he gets back from Afghanistan in 2 weeks, and you're going to wonder if he's going to show up at your house and put a gun in your face. That's what's waiting for you after you hook up with a Hollywood Undead girl. But you know what? It's all going to be worth it. So there it is, people. The horny music compass. Proceed with caution. That's my advice. If you got to measure tip to asshole, so be it.